Hi, welcome. What is Google Cloud GCP Dataflow? Dataflow is a fully managed platform for batch and streaming data processing. It enables ETL pipelines, real-time stream analytics, real-time machine learning, and complex data transformations using Apache Beam's unified model, all on serverless Google Cloud infrastructure. It doesn't require a configuration of clusters or instances. You can easily integrate with the cloud machine learning, Google BigQuery, and PubSub. It follows the associative rule. That means it doesn't require the first step to finish before starting a new step. Dataflow is horizontally scalable. It provides a dynamic work rebalance. We are going to use the cloud storage file loaded into the BigQuery table using the Dataflow template. First and first, there are five important steps to be followed. Like first one is you should have a data of your own choice, and then let's create a JavaScript code containing the user-defined function and the BigQuery schema, so which will tell you the column names and the data type. And then we're going to create a storage bucket into the Google Cloud Console and upload the data file, upload the JavaScript, and also the BigQuery schema within a JSON format. And then we are going to create a data set and an empty table in the uh, Google Cloud Console. And then we'll continue to follow the demo for the data flow. So these are the prerequisites before we begin the demo. We have the customer data. So we have index, customer ID, first name, last name, company, city, country, phone numbers, email, and subscription date, website, and all those things. So it's very important to understand the data before we load the data into analysis or whatever it is. So in this case, I'm going to use the customer ID, first name, last name, and I need the phone number and the email addresses, the subscription date. I'm going to take only these six fields into my BigQuery table. Let's create a JavaScript for the function. Yeah. So this function is going to transform. The transformation logic would be comma separated files. And in the CSV file, I showed you, like I'm looking at the customer ID, first name, last name, phone number, email, and subscription date. So the values actually, which are array, it starts from 0. So I don't want the index, so I want the customer ID to be my first value. So I'm going to update it as 1, 2, 3, and 7, 9, and 10 accordingly from the CSV file. I'm going to save this as UDF, user defined function .js. udf.js is the file name, and I'm going to have a JSON file format for the BigQuery schema. So like I said, three files are important for us to upload the data into the storage bucket and continue our demo with the data flow job. Now that we are into the Google Cloud Console, the next step would be creating a data set for us and also an empty table. I'll go to this Hamburg menu and say BigQuery. I'm going to click on the view actions and say create data set. I'm going to give the dataset name as Dataflow Demo DS, and I'm going to have the default values as it is. I'm not going to make any changes over here. I'm going to click on create dataset. So the dataset is successfully created, and I'm going to create an empty table over here. It's three dots, and click create table. It's an empty table. And I'm going to give the table name as customer data, create table. So I'm going to the hamburger menu. Sorry. So customer data is created. I'm going to the hamburger menu and I'm going to create the storage bucket now. So I'm going to create a bucket. I'm going to name the bucket as my storage bucket. I'm going to continue and I'm going to have the region as it is, and I'm going to use it as a default class for the storage class, and I'm going to keep the other details as it is defaulted and click on create the storage bucket. Confirm for the public access to be allowed. So now that the storage bucket is created, let's upload the three files that we were discussing in the beginning. I'm going to upload the files now. Upload files. So the Windows Explorer has been opened now. Since it's a recording session, you will be not able to see the other window would have opened, but in the back end I'm actually selecting all the required files, that is data, and then JSON file for the schema and JavaScript for the user defined function. Yeah, all three files have been successfully uploaded. Now that I'll go to the hamburger menu and or I can search for the Dataflow job stream analytics platform. So I'm going to create a job from the template. So the job name will be Dataflow underscore demo, and the region I'm going to keep it as US Central. The Dataflow template, there are varieties of options. I'm going to select the text to BigQuery storage, text files on cloud storage to BigQuery. And I'm going to select the source. Source is the CSV file that we have already kept in our storage bucket. You can actually click on, you'll be able to see the visual representation of what needs to be followed as per the steps. Let's click on the source to be selected. Click on browse. This is the following example is like this browse. I'm going to the storage bucket and I'm going to select the CSV file customer data underscore CSV. The next I'm going to select the target, and there's a command line which will actually explain you what is a developer. So this is going to be a BigQuery schema description. It's about the column name and the data type of each of the columns. I'm going to select the JSON file so that we have already created. Click on browse the my storage bucket. I'm going to expand and select the bq.json file. Yeah. So now that we have to update the BigQuery output table, click on browse. So it will take you to a different project, and from the project you can select the dataset name and Within the data set, whatever the table name is available, you can choose accordingly. So customer data and data set will be data flow demo.ts. So now whatever you have selected, you could see the project name dot dataset name dot table name. So now we have to give the temporary directory for the BigQuery loading process. We can default it to our storage bucket, select, and then extend the directory to temp directory. And for the required parameters to be stored, I'm going to select the same thing, the storage bucket and a temporary folder. So need not to select all the time through the browse as such, but if you remember the storage path, you can directly give the path as it is. Yeah, so whatever path you have selected, if the path is correct, then you will be able to see a green tick mark. For example, if you make any error as such and which is not in the format allowed, you'll get this kind of error. Just showing for an example. Yeah, this blue green tick would be comfortable to say go ahead. So now I'm going to give the optional parameter, that is my JavaScript name that we have given. So the JavaScript is to select the format of the file like comma delimited and all those things. So it's going to be a udf.js, the file name. I'm going to save this, and the function name is transform. So I'm going to copy this name and click on save. The next step, the JavaScript UDF name. So we're going to give the function that we have given, and I'm going to keep the default values as it is and click on run job. So this particular job will take some time, so let's wait for this to be completed. So there'll be a cyclic graph representation as a graph view, as well as the table view will be available. So the job status is starting for us. Yeah, let's pause this video and get back once this process is completed. Yeah, now that our job is completed, let's understand what other things have been done. You can see it in the table view format. Let's understand with the graphical view as well. So first thing first, it's reading the data from the source. Yes, it succeeded. And then we created a JavaScript to load the user defined function. And then we created the BigQuery table. So for the BigQuery table, we created the BigQuery schema, which is the JSON format. And then we created the data set with the BigQuery table, and the data is loaded into the BigQuery table. So now let's see the data into the BigQuery. So go to the hamburger menu and navigate to your BigQuery. You expand the project. Our data flow data set is here. Expand this. Our table is ready here. Click here on the table name. So you will be understanding the schema, that is the customer ID, first name, last name, phone number, email ID, subscription, and the data type of each of the column, and you can see the details of the project data set. Yeah, project name dot dataset name dot customer data. So this is the table ID. You can also preview the data. Just click on preview. You can also query the data like however you want. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video.